Well, let's try this again. We kind of got foiled the last time, switching things around and still kind of switching things around, so I don't know. I'll just continue here talking about reality, the reality of our lives, the reality of life on planet Earth. And that's the dimension, if you will, of creation, intelligence, and truth. We live right now from the consciousness of knowledge, thought, and belief. We long ago left our natural way, the reality of life, creation, intelligence, and truth. And entered the what I call the dream world of knowledge and thought and belief. That's not to say that the world of knowledge, thought, and belief isn't real. It's real. It's just a real dream because we bring our life forward from what has already transpired, what has already taken place from our history, which means that we continue to bring forth our future from our history, from our past. And we do that while we're in the present. So while we're in the present now, the present moment, we are taking our history and skipping over the present and putting it into our future so that in the next now we step into our what we call the future, but it's actually our past, which means to say that for thousands of years we've been repeating our past. However, the repetition isn't without what you might call a new dress or a new pair of pants or a new shirt. It has a different look to it so that maybe we don't recognize that we're doing the same thing over and over. And yet it's a new, like new Cheerios or new cornflakes. While the entity itself, the Cheerios and the cornflakes, aren't new, they're newly invented Cheerios or cornflakes, and that's what we've been continuously doing. And in doing so, we continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over. To a point where perhaps now we are at the place of either we transform our lives, take the quantum leap into creation, intelligence, and truth, or perhaps, as my old buddy, well, I've never met him, but as a statement that I read by Buckminster Fuller, perhaps the experiment called life on planet Earth will come to an end. Because the repetition and the repetition and the repetition and the repetition and the copy keeps getting weaker. Sort of like if you take a newly minted piece of paper with a brand new letter typed on it, and then you put it in a copy machine to copy it, and you copy it and throw the copy away, you copy it, and you keep copying that same, you take, pardon me, I missed that, my mistake. You take the copy and put it in the machine and copy that, and then you take that copy and put it in the machine, you copy that, and you take that copy and put it in the machine. And it won't be long until the copy is gone. The original typing, if you will, is gone, because copies cannot quite move to the quality or the space of the original. And that's what has been happening with us. Every generation, we move just a tad, just a little slight bit away from truth and into knowledge, thought, and belief. Excuses, justifications, explanations. We no longer tell lies. We have justifications. We have explanations. And if that doesn't work, we just explain it away. We just have an excuse, a reason. So if we care to actually see the new consciousness be born, what it requires essentially is one essence, one happening, one thing, which is to speak the truth. Speaking the truth is the doorway. It is the space through which we can travel into creation, intelligence, and truth. Truth being the bridge. Truth actually bridges into the world of knowledge, thought, and belief. That's why it can be a bridge into intelligence, creation, intelligence, and truth. There is a necessity, however. This bridge doesn't have any solidness under it. There's a quantum leap that needs to be made, moving through normal and then through crazy and then through insane into sanity, into being sane. Those three spaces need to be moved through normal, crazy, and insane without getting trapped in any one of them. We've been trapped, for instance, in the domain of belief. So thought has been thinking us for thousands of years. And it has been repeating, which is the only thing thought can do. Thought, knowledge, thought, or belief cannot create. It can only invent. And it can only invent from what it already has. So all knowledge, thought, and belief can do is bring forth what's already happened. And if we can't see the huge mistake in that, then look at our world wars. Look at how we go from war to war to war. And in between the wars, what are we doing? Getting ready for the next war. So here's my suggestion, and we'll cut this short because Facebook has forced me to use their new Facebook video, and it keeps telling me that my something is too low and I shouldn't be. I went away from this the last time it did it and went back to the old Facebook video, but now they don't even offer that. So I'm going to have to do a little exploration or maybe buy another computer. This is an old 27-inch all-in-one. Might have to get a new laptop with Windows 11 on it. I don't know. So my suggestion here is that you simply consider that you are a liar, that you need to speak the truth into your life, that you're a liar. That will begin, because that is the doorway, that's the space into truth, intelligence, and creation. So experiment with it. See what happens. Maybe even let me know. In the meantime, a perfect experience of experimenting with speaking the truth into your life. See ya.